Call order the 1,647th meeting of the Board of Trustees. Can I get a roll call, please?
Yes, Mr. Watson.
Here.
Mr. Nicholson.
Here.
Mr. Wilson.
Here.
Ms. Fair.
Here.
Mr. Evans.
Here. Can I get a motion to approve the journal of preceding meeting?
So moved.
Thank you. I have no comments. So we next go to the report of the Board of Trustees Committee. The audit report by Trustee Watson, please.
Trustee Watson reported the audit committee meeting started at approximately 7:30 a.m. on Tuesday, June 1st, 2021. In attendance were trustees Watson, Evans, Posey, Bobby, and Wilson.
Trustee Watson, I think we got you the wrong one. It's the previous one, camera.
Oh, yeah.
I've done it before, too.
Excuse me, audit committee, June 29th, 2021. Board of Trustees report. The audit committee meeting started approximately 7:30 a.m. on Tuesday, June 29th, 2021. In attendance were trustees Watson, Evans, Fair, Wabi, and Wilson. The chairman had no introductory comment. The committee approved the minutes from the June 1st meeting. Next, internal audit presented the risk assessment and audit plan for fiscal year 2022. Presentation included overviews of the risk assessment process, overall internal audit cycle, and the various engagements to be performed as part of the FY 2022 audit plan. Presentation also included a discussion of the roles of the different types of auditors that participated in the district's overall audit program. The meeting adjourned at approximately 7:50 a.m. The next meeting is tentatively scheduled for Tuesday, August 3rd, 2021. This concludes the audit committee report.
Thank you. Trustee Nicholson, can you read the Program Management Committee report?
Program Management Committee report. The Program Management Committee met on June 29th, 2021 at 7:53 a.m. The meeting was attended by trustees Nicholson, Evans, Wilson, Fair, and Watson, and Wabi online. The minutes of the June 1st, 2021 meeting were approved. The agenda items to be introduced tonight were presented and discussed, including a detailed discussion regarding the following items. Ordinance numbers 15698 and 15699. Staff provided details of the two CSO volume reduction green infrastructure grants being awarded to reduce combined sewer overflows to the Mississippi River per the consent decree. Staff provided details of the grants being awarded to Heritage House Apartments and West End Clinic for the installation of bioretention basins and permeable pavement areas. Ordinance number 15703, St. Louis Combined Sewer Overflows Program. Board of Engineers, Phase 2, staff provided details of a $10,000 appropriation to allow the Corps of Engineers to complete a study to make additional CIRP projects eligible for federal funding. Staff indicated that this potential additional funding is a result of our lobbying efforts on the federal level. Ordinance numbers 15704 through 15725. Staff gave summary descriptions of 4 multi-project engineering design contracts and the associated work on tonight's agenda. These annual appropriations provide the engineering design services for projects required to comply with MSD's consent decree, SSO master plan, and the CSO long-term control plan. Staff reviewed details of design work to be performed and the purpose for the project. Specifics were provided regarding the budgeted appropriations as well as current MWBE status on the multi-year watershed design program. The next committee meeting is tentatively scheduled for August 3rd, 2021. The meeting was adjourned at 8:15 a.m.
Thank you. Trustee Fair, can you read the report of the Finance Committee?
Certainly. The Finance Committee met on June 29, 2021, with trustees Fair, Wilson, Evans, Watson, Nicozison, and Wabi in attendance. The minutes from the June 1, 2021 meeting were approved. The first item on the agenda was a report by staff on the district's operating fund portfolio as of June 28, 2021. Staff stated that the portfolio complies with the district's investment policy. The next item on the agenda consisted of a review of the district's employees' pension plan actuarial valuation report as of December 31st, 2020, by Bill Winningham of Millman. The actuarial valuation of the plan is intended to determine the recommended level of employee contribution for the 2021 calendar year and to assess the relative funded portion of the plan on an ongoing basis. The funded status was 86.2% as of December 31st, 2020. Mr. Winningham also reviewed a report prepared to assist the district in fulfilling its financial reporting requirements in accordance with governmental accounting standards for public pension plans. The meeting adjourned at approximately 8:40 a.m. The next tentatively scheduled meeting is Tuesday, August 3rd, 2021. This concludes the Finance Committee report.
Thank you. Do we have a report from the Executive Director?
No, sir.
Do we have any comments from the public? Submission of public hearing reports?
None?
Communications?
None?
On to the consent agenda.
All right, thank you, Mr. Chair. The consent agenda tonight is items 10 through 15. Is there any board member who would like to pull an item for a separate vote? Hearing none, is there a motion for adoption?
So moved.
Second.
Thank you. Given the motion and second, Mr. Watson. Mr. Nicozison.
Yes.
Mr. Wilson.
Yes.
Ms. Fair.
Yes.
Mr. Evans.
Yes.
All right, we will move to new business, starting with ordinances. And item 16, which is the introduction of proposed ordinance number 15698, authorizing the district to enter into an agreement with Fresh Coast Capital LLC, doing business as Greenprint Partners, for cost sharing for green infrastructure construction in the CSO volume reduction green infrastructure Heritage House Apartments project in the city of St. Louis. Is there a motion for introduction?
So moved.
Second.
Thank you, Mr. Watson.
Yes.
Mr. Nicozison.
Yes.
Mr. Wilson.
Yes.
Ms. Fair.
Yes.
Mr. Evans.
Yes.
Item 17 is the introduction of proposed ordinance number 15699, authorizing the district to enter into an agreement with West End Clinic for cost sharing for green infrastructure construction in the CSO volume reduction green infrastructure West End Clinic project in the city of St. Louis. Is there a motion for introduction?
So moved.
Second.
Mr. Watson? Mr. Nicozison?
Yes.
Mr. Wilson?
Yes.
Ms. Fair?
Yes.
Mr. Evans?
Yes.
Item 18, the introduction of proposed ordinance number 15700, appropriating $6 million from the district-wide stormwater fund to be used for repair and replacement of inlets, manholes, sewers, and other infrastructure in the stormwater infrastructure repairs project in various locations throughout the district, and authorizing the district to appropriate funds for small stormwater infrastructure repair projects to be bid through purchasing. Is there a motion for introduction?
So moved.
Was there a second? Was there two? Thank you. Mr. Watson?
Yes.
Mr. Nicozison?
Yes.
Mr. Wilson?
Yes.
Ms. Fair?
Yes.
Mr. Evans?
Yes.
Item 19 is the introduction of proposed ordinance number 15701, making a supplemental appropriation of $450,000 from the sanitary replacement fund to be used for design of sanitary sewers, storm sewers, combined sewers, a stormwater detention basin, sewer separation, public and private I&I removal in the Harlem Basin Relief Phase 4 design projects in the village of Hillsdale and the cities of St. Louis and Wellston, and authorizing the district to amend a contract with Parson Waters and Infrastructure. Is there a motion for introduction?
Second.
Mr. Watson? Mr. Nicozison?
Yes.
Mr. Wilson?
Yes.
Ms. Fair?
Yes.
Mr. Evans?
Yes.
Item 20 is the introduction of proposed ordinance number 15702, making a supplemental appropriation of $150,000 from the sanitary replacement fund to be used for design of pump stations in the pump station replacement project Phase 1 project in unincorporated St. Louis County, and authorizing the district to amend a contract with HR Green. Is there a motion for introduction?
So moved. Second.
Mr. Watson?
Yes.
Mr. Nicozison?
Yes.
Mr. Wilson?
Yes.
Ms. Fair?
Yes.
Mr. Evans?
Yes.
Item 21, the introduction of proposed ordinance number 15703, appropriating $10,000 from the general fund for local match for Corps of Engineers study effort to make additional CIP projects eligible for federal funding in the St. Louis Combined Sewer Overflows Program Corps of Engineers Phase 2 project in the city of St. Louis and St. Louis County, pursuant to an intergovernmental agreement under a contract with the United States Army Corps of Engineers. Is there a motion for introduction?
Second.
Mr. Watson?
Yes.
Mr. Nicozison?
Yes.
Mr. Wilson?
Yes.
Ms. Fair?
Yes.
Mr. Evans?
Yes.
All right, items 22 through 33, if there are no objections, I'd like to group those as they are all proposed ordinances authorizing the district to amend a contract with Wood Environment and Infrastructure Solutions for design services. Are there any objections? All right, hearing none, I'll read through each and we'll take one vote at the end. So item 22 is the introduction of proposed ordinance number 15704. for design services, the Bissell Coldwater, Missouri Merrimack Sanitary System Improvements Project in various municipalities in unincorporated St. Louis County. Item 23 is the introduction of proposed ordinance number 15705, appropriating $95,000 from the Sanitary Replacement Fund to be used for the design of sanitary sewers in the R. Allen Sanitary Relief Project in unincorporated St. Louis County. Item 24 is the introduction of proposed ordinance number 15706, appropriating $48,000 from the Sanitary Replacement Fund to be used for design of public ionine removal in the Bissell Coldwater, Missouri Merrimack Public Ionine Reduction Contract C project in unincorporated St. Louis County. Item 25 is the introduction of proposed ordinance number 15707, appropriating $58,000 from the Sanitary Replacement Fund to be used for design of public ionine removal in the Bissell Coldwater, Missouri Merrimack Public Ionine Reduction Contract D project in the cities of Baldwin, Fenton, Sunset Hills, and unincorporated St. Louis County. Item 26 is the introduction of proposed ordinance number 15708, appropriating $87,000 from the Sanitary Replacement Fund to be used for design of public ionine removal in the Bissell Coldwater, Missouri Merrimack Public Ionine Reduction Contract E project in the cities of Baldwin, Fenton, Valley Park, in unincorporated St. Louis County. Item 27 is the introduction of proposed ordinance number 15709, appropriating $52,000 from the Sanitary Replacement Fund to be used for design of public ionine removal in the Bissell Coldwater, Missouri Merrimack Public Ionine Reduction Contract F project in the city of Florissant. Item 28 is the introduction of proposed ordinance number 15710, appropriating $161,000 from the Sanitary Replacement Fund to be used for the design of private ionine removal and sanitary sewers in the Daniel Boone Longview Creek Ionine Reduction Project in the city of Florissant and unincorporated St. Louis County. Item 29 is the introduction of proposed ordinance number 15711, appropriating $401,000 from the Sanitary Replacement Fund to be used for design of sanitary sewers in the Lindbergh Sanitary Relief Project in the city of Maryland Heights and unincorporated St. Louis County. Item 30 is the introduction of proposed ordinance number 15712, appropriating $518,000 from the Sanitary Replacement Fund to be used for design of sanitary sewers in the Smith Creek Ladue Road Sanitary Relief Project in the city of Creve Coeur. Item 31 is the introduction of proposed ordinance number 15713, appropriating $120,000 from the Sanitary Replacement Fund to be used for design of sanitary sewers in the Spady Road Sanitary Sewer Improvements Project in the city of Frontenac. Item 32 is the introduction of proposed ordinance number 15714, appropriating $306,000 from the Sanitary Replacement Fund to be used for design of sanitary sewers in the St. Matthias Sanitary Relief Project in the cities of St. Anne and Bridgeton. And item 33 is the introduction of proposed ordinance number 15715, appropriating $404,000 from the Sanitary Replacement Fund to be used for design of sanitary sewers in the Upper Fishpot East Sanitary Relief Project in the city of Ellisville. So for items 22 to 33, again, all authorizing amendments to design contracts with Wood Environment and Infrastructure. Is there a motion for introduction?
So moved.
Second.
Thank you. Mr. Watson?
Yes.
Mr. Nikozison?
Yes.
Mr. Wilson?
Yes.
Ms. Fair?
Yes.
Mr. Evans?
Yes.
All right, likewise, items 34 through 36 are all to amend design contracts that are with Burns and McDonnell Engineering. Any objection to grouping those? All right, item 34 is the introduction of proposed ordinance number 15716 for design services and Lime sanitary system improvements in various municipalities in unincorporated St. Louis County. Item 35 is the introduction of proposed ordinance number 15717, appropriating $531,000 from the Sanitary Replacement Fund to be used for design of sanitary sewers in the Mulberry Creek Sanitary Relief Project in the cities of Crestwood and Sunset Hills. And item 36 is the introduction of proposed ordinance number 15718, appropriating $391,000 from the Sanitary Replacement Fund to be used for design of sanitary sewers in the Woodson Sanitary Relief Project in the city of Overland. So for items 34 through 36, authorizing the amendment of a design contract with Burns and McDonnell. Is there a motion for introduction?
So moved.
Mr. Watson?
Yes.
Mr. Nikozison?
Yes.
Mr. Wilson?
Yes.
Ms. Fair?
Yes.
Mr. Evans?
Yes.
All right, this is a short one, but I'd also like to group items 37 and 38, if that's okay. It's to amend the design contract with Jacobs Engineering. Hearing no objection, we'll start with item 37, the introduction of proposed ordinance number 15719, appropriating $150,000 from the general fund and $270,000 from the sanitary replacement fund for design in the lower and middle river to Pear CSO control system improvements project in various municipalities in unincorporated St. Louis County. And item 38 is the introduction of proposed ordinance number 15720, making a supplemental appropriation of $400,000 from the sanitary replacement fund to be used for design of sanitary storage tunnel in Jefferson Barracks Tunnel Project in unincorporated St. Louis County. So again, to authorize those two introductions to amend a contract with Jacobs Engineering, is there a motion for introduction?
So moved.
Second.
Mr. Watson? Mr. Nikozison?
Yes.
Mr. Wilson?
Yes.
Ms. Fair?
Yes.
Mr. Evans?
Yes.
All right, next grouping is item 39 through 40. These are all to amend a design contract with HDR Engineering. Hearing no objection, I'll start with item 39, the introduction of proposed ordinance number 15721, appropriating $600,000 from the general fund used for design of the River Des Peres tributaries and Upper River Des Peres CSO controls and Lower Merrimack System Improvements Project in various municipalities in unincorporated St. Louis County. Item 40 is the introduction of proposed ordinance number 15722, making a supplemental appropriation of $150,000 from the Sanitary Replacement Fund to be used for design of sanitary sewers, storm sewers, and private eye removal in the CSO Mary Avenue south of Manchester CSO Interceptor Outfall Elimination Phase 2 project in the city of Brentwood. Item 41 is the introduction of proposed ordinance number 15723, appropriating $450,000 from the Sanitary Replacement Fund to be used for design of sanitary sewers, storm sewers, and private I&I removal in the CSO Shrewsbury Avenue CSO Interceptor Outfall Sewer Separation Project in the cities of Shrewsbury and Webster Groves. Item 42 is the introduction of proposed ordinance number 15724, making a supplemental appropriation of $200,000 from the Sanitary Replacement Fund to be used for design in the Hampton Creek Sanitary Relief Phase 1 project in the cities of Brentwood and Maplewood. And item 43 is the introduction of proposed ordinance number 15725, making a supplemental appropriation of $650,000 from the Sanitary Replacement Fund to use for design of sanitary tunnel in the Lower Mac River Systems Improvement, Baumgartner and Fenton Wastewater Treatment Facility tunnel project in the cities of Fenton and Sunset Hills and unincorporated St. Louis County. So items 39 through 43, all to amend design contract with HDR Engineering. Is there a motion for introduction?
So moved.
Second.
Thank you. Mr. Watson?
Yes.
Mr. Nicholasison?
Yes.
Mr. Wilson?
Yes.
Ms. Fair?
Yes.
Mr. Evans?
Yes.
All right, we'll move to resolutions. Item 44 is the adoption of Resolution 3680, expressing the Board of Trustees' appreciation to Anthony R. Harwell for his 23 years of exemplary service to the district from June 8, 1998 to his retirement effective July 1st, 2021. Is there a motion for adoption?
So moved. Second.
Mr. Watson?
Yes.
Mr. Nicholasison?
Yes.
Mr. Wilson?
Yes.
Ms. Fair?
Yes.
Mr. Evans?
Yes.
Item 45, the adoption of Resolution 3861, expressing the Board of Trustees' appreciation to Kenneth B. Keel for his 36 years of exemplary service to the district from November 5th, 1984 to his retirement effective July 1st, 2021. Is there a motion for adoption?
So moved.
Second.
Mr. Watson? Mr. Nicholasison?
Yes.
Mr. Wilson?
Yes.
Ms. Fair?
Yes.
Mr. Evans?
Yes.
Item 46 is the adoption of Resolution 3682, expressing the Board of Trustees' appreciation to Dyke C. Nackstedt for his 37 years of exemplary service to the district from September 6, 1983 to his retirement effective July 1st, 2021. Is there a motion for adoption?
So moved.
Mr. Watson? Mr. Nicholasison?
Yes.
Mr. Wilson? Ms. Fair?
Yes.
Mr. Evans?
Yes.
Item 47 is the adoption of Resolution 3683, expressing the Board of Trustees' appreciation to Butchie Wilcox for his 23 years of exemplary service to the district from March 16, 1998 to his retirement effective July 1st, 2021. Is there a motion for adoption?
So moved. Second.
Mr. Watson?
Yes.
Mr. Nicholasison?
Yes.
Mr. Wilson?
Yes.
Ms. Fair?
Yes.
Mr. Evans?
Yes.
Item 48 is the adoption of Resolution 3684, expressing the Board of Trustees' appreciation to CDH Wilson for her 16 years of exemplary service to the district from June 13, 2005 to her retirement effective July 1st, 2021. Is there a motion for adoption?
So moved.
Second.
Mr. Watson?
Yes.
Mr. Nicholasison?
Yes.
Mr. Wilson?
Yes.
Ms. Fair?
Yes.
Mr. Evans?
Yes.
And item 49, the adoption of Resolution 3685, expressing the Board of Trustees' appreciation to Marvin R. Mintner for his 31 years of exemplary service to the district from June 25th, 1990 to his retirement effective July 1st, 2021. Is there a motion for adoption?
So moved. Second.
Mr. Watson?
Yes.
Mr. Nicholasison?
Yes.
Mr. Wilson?
Yes.
Ms. Fair?
Yes.
Mr. Evans?
Yes.
All right, Mr. Chair, we have no further business.
Oh, thank you very much. Motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.